What is going on, YouTube? My name is Tommy. You probably know me as Rivet, and I'm your coach of the Atlanta Braviaries, the highest flying, flyest looking team on YouTube. We are here with our Week 2 battle of the International Showdown League Shield Division against the reigning champion, KingDarthur, and his Brisbane Blastoise. It's going to be an awesome game. Welcome to the workshop. Alright guys, so we are here breaking down our team for a Week 2 matchup against KingDarthur and the Brisbane Blastoise. He's got a really scary team, but I think we've got the squad to prep for it. So let's get into this. Obviously, his first mon, Lando-T, kind of the king of the format. Really strong grounded flying type, 145 base attack, intimidate ability, base 91 speed. It kind of does it all. Earthquakes hit really hard, knockoff, Stone Edge, U-turn, can run special moves like Psychic, Earth Power. It U-turns out, it sets Stealth Rocks, it can defog, it kind of does it all. And it's just an amazing piece for any team. It's got Rotom Wash, pairs really well with it, with that water and electric typing and the levitate ability. It Hydro Pump's Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, it can set up with Nasty Plot, it can Will-O-Wisp, it can defog stuff away, it can set screens. Just an all-in-one great little Pokemon. Next up, he's got Roserade. Roserade, one of the most underrated mons in the format, in my opinion. It's the best offensive spiker you can get out there. Spikes, T-Spikes, Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb. It can get Dazzling Gleam, Sleep Powder, Synthesis, Leech Seed. It does a bunch of stuff really well, and I have to be careful of it this match. He's got Incineroar. Incineroar is a great bulky pivot, Fire Dark type. Knockoffs, Flare Blitzes hit really hard, close combat, Earthquake. It does get Fake Out to burn some turns, and it gets a great pivoting option in Parting Shot. It also gets U-turn if he's running Assault Vest. Next up, he's got Espeon. Espeon's a really cool mon, very fast, offensive Psychic type, 130 base special attack, and 110 speed with that Magic Bounce ability, which kind of deters hazards. Other status moves. If it comes, it'll probably Calm Mind 3 attacks or Choice Scarf. Kind of scared of Espeon. It doesn't get great coverage, and if it does come, I have a decent idea of what it's going to be, but it's still very scary nonetheless. And his tier 5, he's got Oddno. Oddno, a very bulky Regenerator pivot with Wish. If it comes, probably Wish Protect, Knockoff. It does get a couple cool coverage moves, but I don't see any of them being really useful in this match. It does get Heal Bell as well, so something we have to manage right there. Then obviously his huge threat, Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile is an amazing Pokemon, 105 base attack with a huge power ability, very bulky, otherwise Steel Fairy type. Play Rough, Iron Head, Thunder Punch, Fire Fang, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, sometimes boosted by Swords Dance. This thing hits like an absolute truck. It is so scary to deal with. I do have some good monsters to deal with it like Skarmory, but nonetheless we have to be careful of, very careful of how we manage Mega Mawile in this game so it doesn't shred me completely. He's got Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr's a really great value mon in tier 2 in my opinion. Great Guts Wall Breaker with close combat, gets Knockoff, Mach Punch, the Elemental Punches, a couple other great moves, and just hits so hard, especially when burned by Flame Orb with Guts. I do have some cool pieces to help manage Conkeldurr, so I'm not sure if it comes, but if it does come, I have to be very careful, again, like Mega Mawile, how I handle it so I don't lose to it immediately. He's got Goodra, again, an amazing value pick in tier 3 for me. It's super bulky with Assault Vest and gets a great move pool. Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. Get some cool physical moves like Power Whip, Iron Tail to hit fairies. And it's just very scary and bulky overall. If it comes, probably Assault Vest. If he's not too scared of Psyshock from Blacephalon, he'll probably bring that over Incineroar, but it's definitely a really great mon that I'll have to get around. He's got Golurk. Golurk's a really offensive, grounded ghost type. Earthquakes, Poltergeist hit really hard. It does get rocks and a bunch of other cool moves. If Golurk comes, I have the pieces to deal with it. I understand what it'll be if it comes. And then last but not least, he's got Colossal. Colossal is a cool rock and fire type. It's a hazards machine. It gets Stealth Rock spikes. It can Rapid Spin with boots really easily. Rock Blast, Overheat, Scald sometimes. Gets a bunch of cool moves. If it comes, it'll probably just be a hazards user with Rapid Spin and heavy duty boots to try to deter my hazards or set hazards in the face of my Mega Beedrill. So let's get into what I am bringing. So first off, we are starting up with Euthanasia, the Mega Beedrill making his debut. Euthanasia is rocking U-turn, Poison Jab, Knockoff, and Drill Run. Just pretty much the standard Mega Beedrill set. Rocking Max Attack, Adamant with 100 in speed. That's for non-scarfed Espeon. And the rest thrown into just HP for general bulk. I mean, it's Mega Beedrill. It's not going to be taking a whole lot of moves, but just in case, This thing just pivots around his team really well. It outspeeds things that aren't scarfed and dents them really hard. I'm expecting a Rocky Helmet defensive Landorus-Therian, which kind of stops this, but knocking off its helmet immediately Lets me pivot around easier later in the game, getting into stuff like my other mons that can handle it better. But it's just a great piece. I think it'll do some good work this match, getting into Pokemon such as Larny, who we're bringing next. Larny the Hydreigon. He's looking great this match. Draco Meteor, Earth Power, Nasty Plot, and Roost with the Life Orb. Max Special Attack, Timid, with 200 Speed EVs and the rest thrown in bulk. His Draco Meteor switch-in is Mega Mawile, and that's essentially it. After a Nasty Plot, this thing is denting something. Draco Meteor hits pretty much everything. Earth Power from Mega Mawile. Sucker Punch from Maw isn't going to do a whole lot to me, so I don't have to be concerned about that. And this just hits so hard. Roost is there for longevity if I have to take some chip, or from the Life Orb damage I'm going to be taking from just spamming moves like Draco and Earth Power, just to keep me around until the late game. So I don't want to do what happened last match. If you didn't watch the last match, go check that out. But spoiler alert, Larny died on like turn 3. And I love my cute little Hydra. I want him around the whole time, so we're giving him Roost this time so that he doesn't die. Oh, poor Larny. We love him anyway. Next up, we got Windshear. Windshear, not our Hydreigon, our Skarmory. Rocking a defensive set. Body Press, Roost, Iron Defense, and Defog with the Safety Goggles. Safety Goggles are there so I don't get put to sleep by Roserade with Sleep Powder. I don't know if that'll come, but I really can't afford to take the risk that it won't. Safety Goggles lets me so that I can defog very safely on that, or force him out by Brave Bird. I don't have Brave Bird, obviously. Rocking Iron Defense and Body Press. This lets me take on Mega Mawile relatively well. If he's not Swords Danced up, I can definitely take a Thunder Punch from that thing, Iron Defense up, then Roost, and do some shenanigans with Body Press. It hits pretty much everything really, really hard, especially at like +2 or +4, except for obviously that Golurk. Golurk can't really hit me, but I mean, I can't hit him, but he obviously can't hit me. So it might be a battle of wills to see who wants to switch out first. But Skarmory doing some really good work this week. Defog is super clutch, because obviously Euthanasia doesn't want to take those rocks and spikes damage that might come from something like Colossal or Roserade. Next up, we're rocking Euphonic the Raikou, rocking a Choice Scarf set this week. Thunderbolt, Scald, Extrasensory, and Volt Switch. Max Special Attack, Timid with 216. This is for Scarfed Espeon. This thing hits pretty hard. Not a lot of things want to take a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch from my Raikou. Scald is there for Landorus. Extrasensory is there for Roserade. The two things that really don't want to switch into this guy. He's looking great. Allows me to pivot around the team alongside Euthanasia. Get Larny in. Get Windshear into Defog. Stuff like that. His job is pretty simple. He's just there to do some damage in the late game and pivot around early game. Next up, we're rocking Mr. Tibbles. Mr. Tibbles the Weezing making his debut. He's looking great, rocking the Neutralizing Gas ability, Strange Steam, Flamethrower, Pain Split, Aromatherapy with Rocky Helmet. With pretty physically defensive set, 248 in HP, 172 in defense, and 88 in special attack with the Bold Nature. The 88 in attack allows me to two-shot Mega Mawile with Flamethrower if it tries to switch in on me. Neutralizing Gas makes it so that I don't get instantly obliterated by Mega Mawile because his huge power is going away. However, Mega Mawile still does a ton to me because Iron Head, not exactly the best thing for fairy types, but you know, he's doing his job. This is my main answer for Kinkeldurr. Neutralizing Gas, obviously getting rid of a potential Guts ability from Kinkeldurr, making it so that he doesn't get the boost from being burned. He actually is hindered by it. So just by having Weezing, I don't think Kinkeldurr comes. But if he does come, Weezing is a great option for it. And just some general bulk around the team. By him showing up, maybe he thinks that I'm Levitate, not Neutralizing Gas, so he might play his Landorus a little bit differently. So Mr. Tibble's looking great, hoping he does some good work. Aromatherapy is there for Toxic on stuff like Rotom, going into my Gastrodon, as you'll see, and just generally keeping the team healthy. And last but certainly not least, we got Thundersnail. Thundersnail over here making his debut, rocking Storm Drain with Scald, Earthquake, Recover, and Toxic. Pretty physically defensive with some Spadef in there with the Rindo Berry just to eat a grass type hit. This is just a good glue piece. It takes hits from Mega Mawile fairly well, and it can Earthquake it back. Scald is great for Landorus. If he's physically defensive, doesn't have a lot of an offensive investment, I can take hits from it, threaten it out with Scald. I can Toxic stuff like Rotom. Rotom is pretty much shut down by this, along with Aromatherapy from Mr. Tibbles. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, not doing anything to Thundersnail over here. He's eating for days. This is a good switch in to Incineroar, taking those Flare Blitzes. It also handles Colossal very well, obviously. And then Goodra, if he's not packing Power Whip, I can't eat it because of my Rindo Berry, but I can get a Toxic off on that thing, which will make the job of everything else really much easier. So that's the squad we're working with. I'm really stoked about this match. I think it'll be a great game. He's definitely got a really tough team, but I think we have the squad to take him on. So let's get into it. See you guys there. Alright guys, we're about to hop into this battle against KingDarthur and the Brisbane Blastoise. You can see the 6 I expect him to bring up on the screen. Expecting a defensive Rocky Helmet Landorus, Mega Mawile just being Mega Mawile, Rotom Wash just being a bulky pivot, maybe with Defog. Offensive Spiking, Roserade. Defensive, maybe Assault Vest or Heavy Duty Boots Incineroar to deal with Blacephalon. And then Scarfed Espeon to handle my Mega Beedrill. A lot of other things are definitely on the table, though. That Goodra, definitely. The Conkeldurr, definitely. I could see Colossal maybe coming. But other than that, whew. Alright, let's hop into this battle. This is going to be a great one. I'm really, really excited. It was my second battle today against a reigning champion. So, hoping this goes good. Again, it would be a huge statement for this league if I could pull this off. But he's definitely a really, really great player, and he's got a really scary team. Alright, here we go. Yep, okay. That's pretty much what I expected. Goodra instead of Roserade, that's fine. Okay. Not shocked at all to see Goodra. Goodra's definitely great this match. His lead is probably Landorus or Rotom. I don't hate leading Thunder Snail. I can pressure pretty much everything. And I can get a Toxic off because he wouldn't switch Mawile into Thunder Snail. Just because I could obviously Scald Burn him or hit him for a good Earthquake. But I definitely like leading Thunder Snail. It matches up pretty well against everything except Goodra. And I don't necessarily want to burn my Rindo super early against a Power Whip from that thing. He could also lead Espeon. I just got to double check really quick that Espeon... let's send this over here. Sorry about that. I just got to double check that Espeon gets Grass Knot. Because if that hits me, I don't want to be surprised. It does get Grass Knot. Okay. So I am going to lead Thunder Snail. I think it's a solid lead. Let's see what he decides to lead. I would be very surprised not to see that Landorus. He probably knows that Thunder Snail matches up pretty well against him, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that Espeon lead, especially if he's Scarfed. Mega Beedrill is a pretty solid lead on my side, so he could try to just catch that straight off the gate. If he does lead Espeon, I do have to be wary of a trick, so I don't lose my Rindo Berry and get something dumb like a Scarf. Alright, Goodra. If he's... So let's just assume... He definitely has Power Whip. So Wind Shear isn't a terrible... I don't have a lot of switch-ins to this. Mr. Tibbles isn't a terrible idea, but he's going to do next to nothing to this thing. Draco actually sends me for a good ride. So Power Whip I can take fairly easily, and a Toxic on this thing would be huge. So that's if he's modest with no investment. Let's assume he's... for the worst case scenario, he's adamant like max attack. I can eat one. And I really love getting a Toxic off of this thing, so I'm going to do that. I'm okay taking a Power Whip here in this situation because, I mean, besides Rotom, he doesn't hard check anything. Tibbles works great for Incineroar. Skarmory is there. Okay, a Fire Blast. I'm great making that trade. He thought I was going into Skarmory for that Power Whip. It's great getting that intel. What do I want to do here? Okay, so a Toxic on Goodra is fantastic. I don't see leftovers. He's definitely Assault Vest, especially after seeing Fire Blast. He's probably Draco, Fire Blast, Power Whip, maybe Earthquake for Mr. Tibbles. Mr. Tibbles is probably... Let's calc that damage. That was a crit, Fire Blast. So... Fire Blast. That was a crit. Crit Fire Blast. 20%. Yep. Okay, so he's definitely specially offensive. Or maybe he's not, no. Let's say like Sassy. No, he definitely has some investment. I don't think it's modest max. But he definitely has some. Alright. If I were to bet, the Power Whip is coming now, so I don't mind going to Tibbles. He might also just drop a Draco because it's a fairly middle ground play, so I'm going to go Tibbles here. Best case scenario is he switches out into... I don't know. Power Whip. Alright, there's the Power Whip. He missed. That's okay. That would have done literally nothing to me anyway. Fire Blast, probably going to chunk me. But Toxic is already starting to wear this thing down. He sees my gas, so he knows I'm not leftovers. Steam is going to do literally nothing to this thing. I'm honestly okay with just Strange Steam. I'm going to see what he has for me. It's probably Earthquake. But Earthquake honestly isn't going to do a whole lot to me. I am fairly bulky, so I am going to Strange Steam here. Goes out into Espeon. That's okay. I'm going to get some chip on Espeon. Get a nice little crit. Now this is the question. I think I want to go into Euphonic. Euphonic is pretty naturally bulky, and I don't have a great switch into Espeon anyway, just because learning. If he goes straight for Trick and he's Scarfed, I'm okay with that, obviously, because I have a Scarf myself. Let's see how much he's going to do to me. Man, Psyshock does a lot. And that if he's Choice Specs, I'm probably screwed. Psyshock does a lot if he's Specs, but I can live it. I want to see some damage on this. And I don't have a better option. So, I mean, Wind Shear, actually, you don't get any, like, actual moves to hit. I mean, but he could Trick. If he tricks Wind Shear or Scarf, I'm in trouble. If he Calm Minds, that'd also be bad. I'm going to go into Euphonic here. See what he does. He's going to Trick Room. Huh. That's not what I wanted to see. Oh. I don't think he'd go hard into Landorus just because I have Scald. I'm gonna Volt Switch. That is really not what I expected to see. Maw definitely does some work against me. I'm gonna Volt Switch. Please don't go into Landorus. I don't think he would, because if I went for Scald, I would clock him. Yeah, he expected me to bring in DD. I'm okay with that. He's definitely faster than me. Based on that, Lerny could possibly be faster than him. So I think that going into Thunder Snail is pretty free. He's going to die to a Scald. Yeah, Thunder Snail definitely underspeeds this thing in Trick Room. Makes it so that he can't go straight into Maw, because I'll underspeed that as well. And I should be able to claim this thing with a Scald. Yep. Let's go, Thunder Snail! He's on the board! Look at this slug. He's coming for you. He's coming for Espeon, and that's fantastic, because now I'm not worried about Scarf Espeon. If he's Scarf anything, he's probably Scarf Rotom. I really don't think that Landorus is going to be Scarfed, just because I think he really needs the Helmet Chip for Beedrill. But that's a great start. Everything is still pretty healthy. Thunder Snail picking off that Espeon. Trick Room. Why Trick Room? Maw comes out. He will kill me if he goes for... If he's Brave, like min speed, he might underspeed me. Yeah. So if he's Brave, min speed, he will underspeed me. But Player Off can't kill me. An Earthquake does a good chunk. And I mean, a Scald Burn could also be fantastic. Do I want to take the damage, or do I... No, that does a lot. I am going to go for Earthquake here. Let's see how much it does. If he goes into Lando, not the end of the world. If he goes into Rotom, also not the end of the world. I don't really know why he brought this thing out. He's going to stay in. I'm faster. Earthquake does a good chunk. Knock off. I mean, it knocks off my Rindo. He could Sucker here. Sucker will kill me. I could make a really bold play and go into Wind... I mean, if I go into Wind Shear and he Suckers, it's... Or if he does literally anything else, I'm okay with that. Because then Trick Room will wear off. I can start roosting and stuff. And keeping Thunder Snail around is decent for Rotom. So I am going to go into Wind Shear here. If he makes a Sucker Punch play, fantastic. If he doesn't, then not the end of the world. I don't need my safety goggles if he decides to knock off again. There's the Sucker Punch. Fantastic. I can freely Body Press here. I don't see... He probably goes into Rotom. Let's see how much Rotom will take from a Body Press. Rotom Wash. If he's offensive, or if he's max HP, Body Press does pretty much nothing. And I don't want to start Iron Defensing yet, just because it's right there. So I am going to press Body Press. Instant comes out. I'm okay with that. This is going to do a lot to him. Oh yeah, that's a good chunk. And then I can't imagine this thing has speed on it, right? Body press, intimidate. That did 63. That was a max roll. I don't think he would have speed on this thing. I really don't. So I'm going to body press again. I see no reason why I shouldn't. Yep. All right. Well, Incineroar's gone. Wind Shear picking up some. Why is Skarmory my kill leader right now? All right. Going to Thunder Snail. If he Toxics, that's fine. There's the Toxic. I have Aromatherapy for that. Totally okay with that. He's going to force him out into Goodra. I'm going to go into Tibbles and try to Aromatherapy. If he Volt Switches, then amazing play. If he doubles out, if he just hard switches into Goodra or Maw, I'm also okay with that. I don't think Mawile should be able to kill me because I'm neutralizing, gassing away his huge power. Yep, there's the Maw. Tibbles is out. And Iron Head I have not seen. But it does nowhere near enough. And Flamethrower will kill this thing. If he goes out into something else, I'm okay with that. I can Aromatherapy then. I am going to Flamethrower because this is not going to do a lot to me. He's going to take... Also, he's Trick Room, so he's probably fairly slow. So I might outspeed this thing. But Flamethrower will kill. He goes back into Rotom. I'm okay with that. And then at this point, I really don't need Tibbles anymore, so I am going to Aromatherapy. I mean, he's at 19%. How much do I care? Rotom. Okay. Hydro Pump chunks me. Strange Steam doesn't do a lot, and realistically, he's at 19%. I do like, I can recover up though, and have him be fairly helpful. So he just goes out into Lando T. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna get my Aromatherapy off. He's probably gonna U-turn or set rocks. I'm gonna go hard into Skarmory. No reason not to. If he U-turns into Rotom, I can go back into Gastro, and at that point, I'm confident. I'm okay with just sacking it off. There's the U-turn. I'm fine with that. Rotom comes out. He's probably just going to Toxic again, and at this point, I'm okay sacking off Gastro. I tried my best with him. He's going to Thunderbolt. That's fine. Now I can safely recover. I don't know why I made that play. I really don't. This was so safe. And now I'm going to get some health back. He goes back out into Goodra. I'm okay with that. I can eat a Power Whip from this distance. Might as well get some chip on this thing. Gastro is not really super helpful, so let's Earthquake, get a little bit of chip on it. But this has been a... Okay, he mispredicted again. Gonna get a nice little Earthquake on that. It's good chip. And then one more will definitely kill. He's probably gonna Power Whip now. I'm okay with that again. I can eat it because I have my... Oh, I lost my Rindo Berry. I lost my Rindo Berry. Oh my... I am such a goon. I am the luckiest duck on the freaking face of the planet. Wow. Alright, well. All of my wonderful viewers, please forget that you saw that. We're gonna call that a god tier prediction. I'm very smart, okay? Lando comes back in. That's fine. He's probably just gonna U-turn again. I'm gonna go safely back into Skarmory again. I'm okay with that. I would like to get Euthanasia in here at some point. The way he's playing that Rotom by not Toxicking, it leads me to believe that he is Scarfed. Please excuse me, Internet World, while I check my COVID test results. If I'm positive when I release this on YouTube, I'm going to be so sad. Alright, he's going to set rocks. Okay with that. Deep Fog goes away. Heck yeah, I'm negative. What a shocker. It's not like I've been anywhere. Realistically, I'm going to go into Learning here. He's probably just going to Toxic again. And I can get... He misses his Toxic. Very sad. Kill something time, I guess. Sorry, mate. He's sad that he missed his Toxic. It's not like it mattered. Goes into Maw here. I Earth Power safely on the next turn. Goodra dies. This thing will get clocked. So will Lando. Yup. Okay. He lived it. Sad. Probably going to Volt Switch out. Gonna Toxic this time. Again, I'm okay with that. He's probably just going to sack this off. I mean, honestly, at this point, here's the thing. Hydreigon is so strong that Mega Mawile very well still die from an Earth Power. That's if he's uninvested. Oh, that's Mega Manectric. Yeah, okay. Again, He might die to an Earth Power. I'm not going to take that chance. I'm going to go into Thunder Snail here. And Maw. It's fine. He's faster than me. I'm just going to EQ. I have no reason not to. He wants to go back to this thing. He wants to play rough. I think I can eat it. No reason to go into Skarmory and risk a potential Thunder Punch. Just playing this safe. I don't really care about differential. There's the play rough. Alright, he does kill me. That's okay. Going to Learning here. Click Earth Power. If he wants to switch out into something else, I'm okay with that. He could be dual Scarf on Lando and Rotom, which is something I have to be wary of. If he goes into Lando here, I do have to play it safe and go into Skarm. Just in case he's Scarfed with Superpower, which could be an option. Alright, there's the Rotom. Okay with that. I'm going to drop my Draco now. I'm faster. He's sacking this thing off. Goes back into Maw, then we can play this game and just let me Toxic Stall myself. But I do have Roost. There's the... Missed my Draco. He's going to Volt Switch out. Oh, he's not Scarfing this thing, obviously, because I'm outspeeding him. Into Lando. Yeah, he's definitely Scarf Lando. We're going to Wind Shear. This guy's almost dead, and once he is... I mean, Gudra's still alive, so I don't want to do that. Here's a U-turn. Yep, okay with that. Go back into Rotom. I don't have Gastrodon anymore. That's very sad. I'm gonna need Euphonic here. He's probably just gonna Volt Switch again. I'll go into Euphonic here. I don't really need it too much, and if he goes into Landorus thinking that he can kill me because he's Scarfed with Earthquake, then I can get some good chip on with Scald. Yep, there's a Volt Switch. Okay with that. Depends on how much Landorus will take from Scald for my Raikou. Scald will do like 60%. That's not a ton. I don't know if I want to... He's just going to keep U-turning now. So I have to make some aggressive plays. The worst case scenario is that he U-turns. Or he Earthquakes me and I kill him. But then he's locked into Earthquake and then I can safely go into Skarmory. And I can Body Press something which will kill Rotom from this range. So I'm just going to Scald. I'm Choice Scarf. I have to beat this thing 100% of the time. If he wants to U-turn and play safe, I'm totally okay with that because then I can get another Scald on something like Rotom. Rotom or Gudra aren't going to... Alright, that's good damage. No burn. He's going to U-turn. Okay with that. He now knows I'm Scarfed Raikou. Probably goes into Gudra here. Or Rotom just for passive recovery. If he does go into that, let's see, Rotom Wash took, like, what, 91 from Learning? Yeah. So he's uninvested. He's max HP, though. Scald is nowhere near enough. Rotom Wash is going to come in. Probably just going to Volt Switch again. I'm going to go into Tibbles, I guess. Because I don't want to lose Raikou. I mean, realistically, do I need Raikou? I'd rather keep it around. I'm going to go into Tibbles. He can Volt Switch on me. He's going to Hydro Pump this time. That does a lot. And he's... that. Okay. I'm going to just click Strange Team. At this point, I would rather he just killed me. Because I want to get into my Beedrill. Because Beedrill can U-turn super safely on this thing. And that'll probably kill. See, Mega Beedrill. Oh yeah, U-turn totally kills this thing. So I would prefer if you killed me. If you Volt Switch out into Lando and then U-turn. This thing is just, yeah, Hydro Pump. Crit me. I don't think it mattered, but I'm okay with that. Goodbye, Mr. Gas. We're going to go into Euthanasia. We're going to click U-turn. I have no reason not to. If it goes into Lando, that's fine. I get back into Raikou. I can click Scald. Or I can make a big boy play, like Volt Switch. Well, honestly, Lando. Lando, if he's offensive, I don't know how well he's taking a U-turn. Or even just 2 Poison Jabs. Or multiple knockoffs. I mean, yeah. Alright. Euthanasia is going to claim his first kill. Cool, cool, cool. And then if I go Wind Shear, he brings in Gudra. He Fire Blasts me. if I bring in... I'm just going to Euphonic. If he goes Goodra, baits out the Volt Switch and goes into Lando, locks me into it. I'm okay with that. But, you know, losing 2 Pokemon in the end game, not the end of the world. I'm not concerned with differential. But I don't want to choke this end game because I can't. I'm definitely in the driver's seat, I think, but we're definitely playing a very, very good opponent. And he's going to try to bring this back. Emma, he's going to kill me with Sucker Punch. If he goes for the Sucker Punch, I don't really mind. Do I mind? No, because he's still got that Goodra in the back. And Scald is so good. If he overpredicts and goes for something else, he goes for like Flare Up or Thunder Punch. Not going to be a good situation. I haven't seen Thunder Punch yet. I bet he's got it. So, let's see. My Skarmory. Mega Mawile. Max Attack Adamant. Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch into Sucker Punch definitely doesn't kill. Actually, it might, because I have Chip. But I can Roost, and then 2 Sucker Punches won't kill. So I'm okay going into Wind Shear here, trying to preserve my Euphonic. Even if it Thunder Punches me, I can eat it fairly comfortably. A second Thunder Punch won't kill me, because I'll be able to Roost, and that's safe from Sucker Punch. He goes into Lando. I'm okay with that. And now I'm going to Body Press. I'm going to Body Press. Because Fire Blast from Goodra, I determined he's got a good chunk, but not a ton. I'm just going to Body Press. I see no reason not to. He's going to U-turn. Probably going to go back into that M-Maw. No, he's going to go into Goodra. I think Body Press plus this will kill. Yep. Alright, I'm now safe to Iron Defense and Roost. And pick up my last 2 kills here with Skarmory, I believe. Very much okay with that. He Scarf Landorus. He can't really touch me. Emma, only situation. He either doesn't have Sucker Punch or he doesn't have Swords Dance. I'm okay with that in either situation. Because even a +2, knockoff isn't going to do a ton. So, Mawile. It's just, Body Press doesn't kill immediately. I like Iron Defensing first and then going for it. Because that means he can't, smack me. So I think that's going to be the play. Just Iron Defense in front of whatever he brings in, and then just Body Press until stuff dies. And I think that should be GG, unless I am not, remembering something. Which would be super duper not bueno. But Wind Shear looks to be on the path for more kills. My Iron Bird, the Bloodseeker. Lando comes out. I'm okay with that. I'm just going to Iron Defense. He's got something really saucy. Then that'll be not good. I don't really know what this thing will do to me, though. Superpower. Literally nothing. There's that. I'm just going to Roost. Just to be safe. I'm going to Body Press. Yeah. That looks like it's GG's. Body Press kills that thing. That boy, Wind Shear. Wind Shear is definitely out here. I haven't used this Mom before, but he is looking to be an absolute treasure. Picking up the last kill. Attaboy, Wind Shear. That's what I like to call a riveting win. Let's go. 2-0 on the season. I think that's +7. Really strong start in this new league. I'm super, super stoked about it. Quick little battle. Only 39 turns this time. As quick as that can be. So, if there's anybody out there in the internet world who stuck through and watched this with me, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.